all able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Can I get someone mail like your Gmail or Yahoo Mail or anything?
Uh, can you type in Dead King 50
King
50
50 50? Okay, done.
yeah at gmail.com.
Yeah, you can see here what are the breaches that had occurred on your mail. You have a Dubsmash account, right? In 2018, it was being breached. Did you have?
No, I haven't checked actually. Okay, I
That
need to check. I think.
okay. There is a data breach that occurred. Let me.
They are saying your voice is a bit low. It's not audible.
one sec. Hello. Now you can hear me.
Ah, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. And you can check mine, like Ixigo, Canva, and Animito. These three are occurred on data breach. Before
Okay.
proceeding to cybersecurity, let's give a small PPT on what actually is data. Generally, what we define data is coming from olden days. We started storing data in forms of numbers, alphabets, and previously going that we used to write the count of sheep and all on a rock to know how many are there and what all stuff. From then we are converting into digitalized India. Now Modi has started saying that we have to digitalize everything to make it available. So data gives us more info on what we have, what we need, and what we can do. Like we have many data, like we have Facebook data, we have YouTube data where you can browse many videos, and data may be of any form. Like it may be readable file, it may be MP3, MP4, or like PDF, which we read during the exams mostly, and like as many forms. So why we need to protect our data? The main question. Mainly, I can classify data into two types. One, the public one, and other one, the private one. The public one can be known by anyone, like as a Facebook ID or a Snap ID or our WhatsApp number, or it can be known. There will be no question of data breach. Like if I know your number, there will be no access of losing any data, right? So this comes under public data. And coming to private data, which are your usernames, your WhatsApp chat, maybe your Snapchat, your gallery, your personal wall photos, your videos, and everything. And moving on to the next slide, the contents to be covered here are cybersecurity, vulnerabilities and threats, terminologies. Did anyone draw anything on the screen? Yeah, the topics to be covered in this webinar are cybersecurity and vulnerabilities and threats, terminologies, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment versus penetration testing, and conclusion. Coming to the first topic, cybersecurity. Generally, cybersecurity consists of cyberspace. Coming to the topic, cyberspace. Cyberspace is actually what we are living. We have mobile devices, computer networks, and satellite communication. We have hospital networking and military networks. Around us, we have what we have is a cyberspace, which includes the entire communication. Coming from your home, like where you are living, you are having a mobile network around you. Coming from, we are having a WAN, vast area network, and further moving on that we have inter-country communications, which has military, hospitals, finance, bank, and all. This includes the cyberspace, and this cyberspace need to be protected by implementing terminologies like as without getting any phishing techniques or cybersecurity. Generally, what we mean by cybersecurity is protecting our data, our device, or like a network, or commonly we use some websites like Google, YouTube, and all. Why we need to protect the data? Because we have the data and it need to be protected. similarly I explained before, there will be two types of data, public one and private one. Public data can be shown to anyone, and private data need not to be shown. And where cyber security need to be implemented, I can give a small example. Like, we are having many type of what we call like occupations. Like, we are having finance side, we have medical industry, we have military, we have education institutions, we have transport systems, we have communication systems and government systems. And just I'll give you an example where how much a cyber security need to be protected. We all know that pacemaker is a device where the heart fluctuation is controlled by a IoT thing like Internet of Things. It is supported by IoT. Even we can hack into that and we can change the fluctuation. We can stop the heartbeat of a patient, and that much crucial role is played by cyber security these days. It is in the minute, and we know that there will be nuclear codes with which a nuclear bomb can be activated. So in the case, they will be decrypted and stored in the military database. Even there, we need the process of cybersecurity. Coming to the educational institutions, we all have a great system. We all have pay systems like fees, SEM fees, and all. Then moving on, we'll have grades which will be stored in some. If you are having a deemed university, it will be in your local server or it will be in your uh, nearby JNTUK like this. Coming to transportation system now, the automated cars are gradually increasing day by day, where you need not to drive your car. You will be connected through an internet and it will drive on its own by selecting GPS and all. Even that can be hacked. Coming to the communication system. Communication system mainly differs, like we have voice messages, texting, emails, and all. And even these to be protected, which consist of many sensitive data. Coming to the government system. Every document which we process from 2003 to 2011 are being converted into documents of online, because we want to transform into a digital India, right? And these are the case studies where the data breaches are occurred. JP Morgan Chase and Co is like a bank where there are many loans and all. This is the most popular data breach which has occurred till date. Coming to the Yahoo breach, which was in late 2015 outcome. 3 billion users data has been breached. And 2017 Uber, where 6 lakh drivers and 57,000 users data has been breached. And coming to Stuxnet. Stuxnet is an Iran nuclear project where the American main goal is to crack the nuclear codes and stop the nuclear missions of that Iran. Coming to the dub smash, we actually many of the recent before TikTok, dub smash has done great impact in the society. Even that date, dub smash has occurred and the name has been changed. Going on to vulnerabilities and threats. Actually, what is a vulnerability? I can define vulnerability as a state where there is most probably the hack can be occurred. Like, as suppose I have a system, there will be vulnerability. Like, as I have, we all have that port system, right? Like, we have HTTP port of value 80 and SMTP port. We have ports to connect to our computer where we can transform the information. So vulnerability is a place where they gain an access to our computer and it can be hacked. And threats are nothing but vulnerabilities are transformed into threats. Generally, we hear this in, and I have a request. Please don't draw anything. Thank you. Generally, we know the term hacker. Generally, what hacker means, who hacks the information. But the definition was absolutely wrong. Is one of the type of an hacker. Generally, hacker is a programmer with good or bad intention to save the data or steal the data. Saving the data comes under protecting the data from others, and stealing the data, you know well, right? White hacker is the one who saves the data from getting exploited. Like, we'll hire him, or he will approach us that he will protect our software, and he will check for vulnerability. Already I explained, vulnerability is nothing but saving the state where the hack can occur. Coming to hacker. Black hat hacker is nothing but who harms a software or a network or anything for his personal gain. Personal gain may be damaging the good name of an organization. Coming to black hat hacker, for his personal gain, he attacks that, and he has an intention of getting money or getting personal access to that, so he can sell the information, or he'll ask them the money to give so that he will say what the vulnerability that he has gained. And grey hat hacker does not hack for the intention of getting money or anything. Sometimes grey hat hacker will be at good side or bad side. Here good side is protecting the data and bad side is stealing the data. So grey hat belongs to both white hat and black hat. And script kiddies. Coming to script kiddies, they are the attention gainers. They get the attention of friends or families or some other, so that they may think that he's an hacker. He just runs some automatic or manual code, so he can hack that small accounts and he can gain the access. So script kiddies are not actually considered as hackers; they are one of the category, and they use like automated code for getting access. And coming to blue and green, blue and green mostly they are the common hackers where they. And now let's create a roadmap of a process how a hack can be occurred. Consider an software like Facebook. Facebook generally has many things like it has users and admin. Consider user is having two types of data. One is public and second one is private. Public data consists of his user ID or his mail ID, and private data consists of his passwords. His if he is protected, like if he sets him to a privacy policy, like show only me, like he can only get friends of his, but you can't see them. So generally we have two types. When he opts his privacy, then he will show only the friends of him, or he will not show anything. Blue hat hackers have an ability of doing hack, but he seems like he'll be most appearing on the most hacking groups like anonymous group, and he is prompt asking the questions like what to use, what and when to use. Like he is a knowledge one who learns constantly. And green hat hackers is the one who knows, but he is not decided whether to be on white side or black side. Coming to red hat hacker and peculiar idea of hacking. He only hacks the black hat hacker to destroy his data, or to destroy his network, or to corrupt his own computer. And state nation sponsored hacker is nothing but a state or a country keeps an hacker, like he's entirely gained access over every website and all. He can check whatever data he likes, and he checks the vulnerability. So once he gets compromised, the entire nation data gets compromised. And hacktivist, mostly commonly we see in newspapers, like hackers have released the bank account details of many ruling parties or political leaders. They are the hacktivists. They gain the attention of public, and public for good of public. Whistleblower. Whistleblower is the one who stays in the company and he leaks every info about the company. So these are the main categories who are involved in hackers. These are these are some of the common terminologies which are involved in cybersecurity. Spyware. Spyware is nothing but a code running in the background which stores all our passwords, credit card details, debit card details, and which will be sent to the hacker via mail or TCP protocol. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Oh, who is the one who is drawing on screen?
Don't know,
Hello.
sir.
Your admin, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, moving on to the ransomware. It's a new terminology. Can I proceed or
Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
coming to the term ransomware, which is new in the market? Mostly, it's like years from where the ransomware has started. The hacking community or hacker hacks a software or a system. He locks everything or he makes everything encrypted so that we can't use them or we can't transfer them to anyone. So it is a state of being logged where he is asked to pay some amount, which is called ransom. So once he received his amount, then he will unlock or he'll provide the decryption code. This is the terminology related to the ransom. Coming to the virus, mostly we know we have two types of virus, which is replicated, one is not replicated. Replication here means it multiplies itself, and generally virus is done by clicking an email, an attachment, or clicking an improper ad, or visiting an unnecessary website. In this way, the virus can be made enter into our systems or mobile. So coming to Trojans, Trojan has a story that there is a war between Greece and Troy. Actually, the war is in a stage that Troy has to win. Greeks had idea to send a Trojan, which is nothing but a wooden horse where more than 1,000 soldiers are kept into the horse and then sent as a gift. On accepting, Troy takes that horse into that fort and they unlocks it. The entire soldiers comes in. The war mode has changed to that. The Greeks had won the war. This is like a Trojan. They'll mail you or they'll text you like you had an offer like this. Please click the link, or they'll send an image to download, or they'll send some file to read. In this way, Trojan will be sent to us. Sorry, it's repeated virus. And worm. Worms are non-replicated. Even we need not to press any images or need to open a link. It's just injected by some TCP spoofing or DNS spoofing. Coming to DNS spoofing, what is DNS spoofing means? You and hacker will be in the same networking area where he will send you via a fake link, like same it will be like Facebook, but you need to be logged in by using keylogger concept. Keylogger concept is nothing but your entire keypad will be transmitting data to the hacker. If you press your user ID, it will be sent to the hacker. If you press your password, it will be sent to your password. Hacking of that keypad thing is known as keylogger. So in this way, the bomb can be done. Coming to malware, malware is nothing but which is unnecessary, like as fake links, downloading images. Even malware can be gained by using pirated copies of a software. Generally, they sell the software will have a crack file like thing. Even with that, we'll get malware into our system. Coming to rootkit. Rootkit is nothing but a series of systems of computers where we'll have complete access of code which will be compromised. Like if one system got corrupted, entire root will get corrupted. Zombie computer. Zombie computer is nothing but the computer has lost its security even. It will just hear the words of the hacker and the operations which we perform on that will even get known by the hacker. Backdoor access is nothing but planting of a backdoor means there will be a gateway or there will be a port open for hacker to enter and leave the system. Even the user may not know his device or his system being hacked. These are the common terminologies which are used in cybersecurity world. Yeah. These are various techniques followed by Facebook, Instagram, or anything to hack an account. First one, phishing. Phishing is nothing but it will be same like Facebook page. Like you will have the same blue color tabs, and the right side you'll have a thumb sign. You'll have top login credentials, down you'll have sign up one. Same it will be, but it will differ by single letter. This is called phishing. And even phishing can cause in trading, like you will get an CCA when you gateway, but which will be fraud. Your entire card details will be transferred to the hacker. This is called phishing. And phishing is same as phishing, but it will be in telephonic. You will get a call from someone asking, please provide the OTP. Fake web links. Right? Phishing is nothing but you will get a telephonic call asking for OTPs, or they'll ask for your bank account number so that they'll apply a loan for you. And this process comes under phishing. And keylogger. Keylogger, actually I discussed, they'll get an access of your keyboard. When you press on a key, the data will be transferred to your system and even the hacker system. And stealers is a small concept that they will send, same like phishing activity. Please don't draw. Even stealers are same as phishing. They will send some fraud links and you will get cheated by them. Session hijacking. Generally, most of the web developers know what the session means. I'll explain you what the session means. Session is the time which is set to have a login period. Suppose I logged into my Facebook account, which will not be logged out until I press the logged out. But there will be some portals like IRCTC where the session time will be less. It will be mostly about 2 minutes to 3 minutes. That's it. If you are inactive, then it will redirect into the login page. So by attacking these sessions, we can hack that account. And sidejacking. The hackers will be less than 100 meters near you in the same portal. Generally, we connect to the public Wi-Fi, right? Even the network intruder will be in the same network and he will hack into your account. Coming to mobile phone hacking, there are many methods of mobile phone hacking, like getting your IP address, doing like sending you an app and you are installing it in your app, but it will work in the background. USB hacking. There will be a physical USB drive connected to your system or to your laptop, where your passwords, credit card numbers, will be stolen via that USB. Coming to man in the middle attack. Consider this example: there is a server, there is a human, or consider there are two friends. They are chatting, but middle an intruder will take place. That consider friend A and friend B. There will be an intruder I in between. The data which need to be sent from A to B redirects from A to I and I to B. So whatever I says, B will be received, and whatever B says, I will convert that and he will send to A. And botnets. Botnets are little.
Everyone, please don't draw on the board.
Coming to botnets. Botnets are series of hackers who are implemented on an organization. Suppose take a database of Google. A series of hackers like 10 or more than 2 will be hired for cracking the codes. And botnets is the most costlier technique to be followed. So it will not be for individual accounts like one Facebook account or like that. DNS spoofing. I said you, DNS spoofing is nothing but domain network switching. And you'll have the different IP address. Suppose facebook.com is a domain which you want to crack, but there will be a light change. It will be like facebook.d.com. So it will be a subdomain which will be, but you will not see that entirely. So you can get into a cracked DNS spoofing. And next is identity theft. Identity theft is nothing but gaining access of one user identity to you. So everyone thinks that you are the one user and every data will be sent to you. This was commonly done in the field of hacking. And already I showed at the beginning, haveibeenpawned.com is a website which shows you whether your mail got compromised by any software or not. And Google Pro Tips. And you can search it in Google Pro Tips like how to search in a Google history, because most of the fake links will get appeared. So Google Pro Tips need to be followed. Let me show some Google Pro Tips. Suppose I want to visit a site. Facebook.com. I can Google it like this. Then I'll get only the links of Facebook. I will not get any other links. And even I can search file type. I want file types as images or PDF or like this. Only images, then I'll get. Let me show it to my domain. Here site regarding only VM rewards has occurred. No other or even the phishing activity cannot be occurred by searching like this. And we don't have any images to show, that's why it's not showing anything. And these are two Google Pro Tips. You can find many like in URL, in domain, in admin, like that. This is your college. Generally, you will search like this. This is one more pro search, like in URL means the part of the domain. I have typed here admin. The links which is having admin only will occur. Admin Lord Institute. These are 3 of Google Pro Tips. We are having many, like 10 we are having. You can search it on the net. Proceeding to the next topic, we have pen testing. Pen testing is an short form of penetration testing. Penetration is testing is done by both hackers and ethical and non-ethical hackers. Coming to ethical hackers, they are the white hat hackers who doesn't have any personal gain. They only work for the salary or for protecting any organization. Pen testing is done on a software to know how less vulnerable it is. Vulnerable is, as I said, the most probability of getting hacked. So if there are more number of vulnerabilities, then it is most prone to hack, or it is having less chance of getting hacked. So pen testing is done to a software, to a network, or to an organization system, or a latestly released software. So generally, what is pen testing? Pen testing is process of checking vulnerabilities where there is a most cause of happening and hacking or not, automated or manual. Generally, pen testing can be done in two ways: automated, which is easy; manual, which is little complex. Automated consists of tools like we are having many tools like Google hacking database. We are having brute force attacks, or we are having or host. We are having meterpreter and many tools which are coming inbuilt with some OS like Kali Linux and Parrot OS. So these will be done automated, or we can go manually. We can check every IP address. We can check every port, which is little complex. So procedure generally before doing a penetration testing, we'll go for general information gathering like what domain does it exist, whether which websites they are using, whether the websites are properly maintained, where there are a chance of getting a hashed password or getting a normal password, and identifying the entry points. Entry points are nothing but the ports through which a hacker enter into the system to gain the complete access over it. Then detecting the vulnerabilities. After checking the entry point, he will check for the vulnerabilities whether where a hack can be occurred. Generally, this is the procedure. Coming to the types of penetration testing, broadly classifying into three types. First one, black box testing. Simply, it can be called as zero knowledge testing because the hacker will not have any knowledge over the product. He will not have any access to the product. Then he is made to do penetration testing. Coming to white box testing. White box testing, he will gain every access. He will given login and passwords, even login IDs and passwords of entire admins. Even the higher level root privileges are given to him. Coming to gray box testing. Gray box penetration testing leads with partial data, where the hacker gives only partial information about what an organization is, what software they are using, what host they are using. So, classifying them on the knowledge, white box, completely known hacking; gray box, partially known; and black box, zero knowledge on the organization. Moving, when penetration test can be done, they can be done frequently. Suppose we are having an Android version. Recently, Android 11 has to be released within this month, and which can be done frequently within 6 months or 2 months or 3 months. Or if we get any if we get any update from Android 11, then it can be done. Or periodically, like 1 year, when an audit can be done, and like this. So, based on the timing, based on the changes in the software, and based on the time, it can be updated. Generally, operating system, the top two are Kali Linux and Parrot OS. With Kali Linux, most users are there because Kali Linux inbuilt comes with all the tools which are available in the market. Parrot OS is in the second place, which are having less tools than Kali Linux. These are the links where you can download Kali Linux and Parrot OS. Tasks. These tasks are for the students who are listening the class. These are some of the common tools where you can use actually in the Kali Linux. Wayback Machine, Netcraft, DNS, Dumpster, Shodan. These three are the web resources or tools where you can crack which domain they are using, what sort of technology they implemented, what crack points are there, and all. CLI tools are these. These are command line tools where you can run different scripts and gain access to any computer like Windows, Mac, and Linux. Generally, we first heard about vulnerability and then later we came across pen testing. Coming to vulnerability is a state of being hacked. So, checking of vulnerabilities is vulnerability assessment, and Hiding that vulnerability comes under pen testing. So these two are a bit changer. Identifying the fraud is like vulnerability assessment, and making the fraud clean is pen testing. Coming to the conclusion, why cyber security? The first point, which means as a being, we don't like to share our personal data with others unknowingly. So cybersecurity is the same way to safeguard the data, to protect our data from other attackers and all. So, and one more main point is, like as physics, we have efficiency cannot be 100%. Even cybersecurity can't give us 100% protection. We can get partially protected from the hacker. So, constant growth has to be done in cybersecurity. And you can ask your queries in the message section.
Hello, sir. How to create a virus, sir?
Someone is asking.
Sir, I have a question, sir. How to create a
Yeah.
virus?
Yeah. Generally, virus is nothing but a small piece of code. Generally, I can say first a mini virus is like a loop, a continuous loop, or you can write a small program for shutting down a system. So I'll show you how you can get that. Zoom idea. Someone is presenting, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. So, anyone have any questions? Sir, we got a question, sir. How to identify and addressing cyber threats?
Can I get one more time? I'm not audible. How to?
Sir, how to identify and addressing cyber threats?
Actually, yeah. Okay. What your question?
Sir, I have forwarded the question to you, sir.
Okay. How to identify cyber threats? Right. Okay. Same like uh, there are 5 tips to be followed. Generally, I will provide 2 tools. If you are a Mozilla or Firefox, you can see Force TLS is an add-on which you can add to your browser. So it will only redirect you to the original site. You will not get any scammed websites there. And if you are using Chrome, you can use KBSSL Enforcer. I will type here. KB.
Sir,
Difference between black. Yeah. Coming to your second question, difference between black hacker and red hacker. Black hacker, he gain for his personal. Suppose I have a what we say grudge on any company or like on any bank. So I'll hack their system. I can change the account details or I can make the balances zero. This classification come under black hat hacker. But coming to red, he is furious and he damages the black hat hacker. He don't have any personal gain on black hat hacker. Just he hates the black hat hacker who does these all procedures. So this is the main difference between black and red. Do you have any more questions?
Hello, sir.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the thing is that I just want to know if the phone has been hacked and we want to know from our side. So, how could we find that?
There is two ways of doing it. The
Yeah.
way you can check your app categories and you can go and check background apps.
So, how could we do that?
You can go into the settings.
Okay.
Go to settings. If you have your phone, you can try now.
Yeah, I'm having
Uh,
my phone in my hand.
you can try apps.
Okay.
You will get the app categories like installed apps, background running, and all.
Yes, I got it.
There you can check if their names updater. Generally, the terminology will be like that. Android updater 1.0 or Android updater. Uh, because Android will not give any app like updater app, right?
Okay.
If you find something suspicious, you can uninstall that, no problem. And like
Okay. Actually,
identify. And second one, uh, generally, if you get automatic glitches like thing, sometimes when your phone gets sudden glitches, which is the
okay.
get screen on and off automatically, and when you're using continuously, some notifications get outdated and the volume button suddenly raises and all.
Okay. No, actually, recently one of my friend told me that my phone
Okay.
was hacked. But
Okay.
the thing was happening like this. Suddenly, when some videos were getting downloaded, it was not showing on my videos app.
Okay. That's what
Yeah.
abnormal terms will happen.
Yeah.
Then
So he just
you can do
so
is
he,
if you don't find any app, you can boot your phone. That's it. There is no.
so so he just told me that I will be just recording your just record your phone from the hacking side, and he did the same thing.
Okay. Can you repeat that?
So he just told me that one of my friend told me that he knows some
Okay.
hacker. So he just told me that give me your IMEI number.
Okay. IMEI number. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, he just took IMEI number and he just
Okay.
did something. I don't know what he did, but later on, my phone was removed from the hacking side.
Okay. Remove
Okay,
from.
yeah, removed from the person who has hacked my phone.
Oh, that can be done, but what is that hacking site?
Means the person who has hacked my phone from that side he has removed it.
Okay. Okay. Got it. But there is no chance of removing it, right?
Okay,
There is no chance of removing, but he can either he must protect your phone from unknown resources or like that he can do.
okay. With the mobile number also we can hack the phone.
We can do, but there must be action from your side also, like pressing an anonymous link or
Okay,
forwarding an image. I will just show you one thing. There is a
okay.
concept of IP logger. When
Because
you can check. IP logger is a technique. Even it will be available in Windows also. You can create one fake link
okay,
which will give your IP address and your mobile agent name just by
okay,
pressing or just by visiting a link. And mostly that bit.ly links will be there, right? Shorten URL link.
No, actually, still now I'm confused that whether my phone is in a hack position or it's in not position. Whether I want to know that, sir.
Yeah, sir. I previously said if there is any process running in the background, like as
Because
Android updater or
when I
gallery updater, like that.
when I
Generally,
just
we don't.
open when I just
Yeah, your
open my
phone is
phone,
Android or I didn't get you.
Android, sir, Android.
Android, right? Okay. These common names will be like updated because everyone will think that it is an updating app and they leave it as the site. But we don't have any updater app in our app manager.
Okay. When I open my settings, it's showing me the three things. That is one
Okay.
is software, the software updater, download manager, and the developer option should be on or off, sir.
Which one?
Developer option.
Developer options is only for the Android developers, right? Even we can
Okay.
on can get more access to our device. Like
So
we even we can root our phone and we can use, which will reduce security.
no, he just told me that when the developer option is on, your
Uh,
phone may can be hacked.
yes, because you're saying your phone to go in a developer mode where you can test your phone in many ways. That's
Okay.
the generally Android developers will on that and they'll check the apps which they developed in their uh, Android Studio.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Right now it's in off mode, so I should not on it, right?
You can on it, but better to switch off it when it is not in use.
Okay, sir. So thank you,
We
sir.
don't need any of the developer options, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I have a question. How are SQL injection attacks done, and what is the procedure to prevent it?
Yeah. SQL injections can generally we have that. Do you have knowledge over PHP or Node.js or like that? Any
Uh,
backend, your wish, or Java backend database connection like that.
I have knowledge about Python.
Python. Okay. Generally, we'll give details, right? Like a root and all.
Okay.
Root, local host. Do you come across the terminology? Root, you will get local host DB name. Okay, okay. I'll explain you. Generally, we'll have even password for our database, right? Did you use in Python?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. These three will be crucial for safeguarding our database. Once these get known, like we'll have environmental variables in development environment, where we'll store all these local database names, their passwords, and their usernames. So these can be protected, and we can come over SQL injection. And one more thing, even we have to use some HTTPS encrypted protocols where our send request will send a request from our browser to server, which will be encrypted. By using that, even we can reduce the process of SQL injection.
Okay. Like, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Host muted me. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. You can hear me, right? Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you can hear me, right? Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Uh, just see the button. You are unmuting me.
No, sir, it's not. Some technical issues, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yes, sir, you can ask me. Hello, Sarkar.
No, he's not muting
No.
himself.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Sarkar. Hello.
Uh, Good evening, sir.
Good
Sir, I have one question. Like
Okay.
we are sitting here, and a person is sitting in America. That's a
Okay.
long range.
Okay.
So, and we try to hack his computer by sending all the whatever attacks we are doing. And is it possible that can we hack the computer, his computer, without his interaction? Like he doesn't need to download any file or
We
like
can send a
without
worm.
clicking any links.
Yeah, we can. We can do that. Generally,
Sir,
but
your voice
it's
is
only
cutting.
possible with worm. Hello. Hello.
Sir, your voice is cutting.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Uh, Generally, there is only one process of doing. We can send some computer worm through a mail. With interaction, no one can hack your, like opening your mail, like that only you can do. Or else, if you want to do, you can go to his home network, like his local Wi-Fi or his LAN or nearby DNS, nearby service.
Sir, that is, I think, sir, possible when a person is in range, like using a
Yeah,
wireless
yeah,
adapter and connecting to the
yeah,
Wi-Fi, his Wi-Fi router, and changing out the MAC address and change the
yeah.
accessible points.
Same.
And we can change the client server and we can hack that. But what about like a person sitting very far off range where the wireless adapters are not in range? It is very far. Is it
Then
possible
we
from
can send
sitting?
computer. Yeah, it's possible. You can send a computer worms. I covered a topic like worm. Yeah, it is similar to virus, but it does not need any action of user.
So it can be, I think, detected, right? It's
No,
not
it can
fully
be detected.
undetected viruses.
No, it can be worm can be detected, but worm is not replicated, so it is having less chance of detected. Even
Okay,
the
so
worm
does
can
it?
spread from one system to another system easily.
So that worm can it install by its own? Like suppose we need, I'm sending on some
Yeah.
file. We need to install it. The target needs to install it. Does worm
No,
install
no
on
need,
its
no
own?
need. No, no, it becomes virus. No need of installing a worm.
Okay, okay. It automatically
Just we
install
need to,
itself. Just it.
yeah, just we need to open the back door and we have to send a worm to the computer. Then it will.
So this. Okay, so basically he just need to have internet connection to just to get hacked.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Actually, I'm having the same question. The thing is that the person which he don't have my number, so how could he hack his my phone, sir?
Who? I didn't get you. Once you can repeat it.
Actually, if the person don't have an, for example, my number is not there with you. So how could you hack the phone, sir? Because without
If
any,
you are
I
in a
mean,
if you are in a targeted range or if you're connected to a public Wi-Fi, then you can be
okay.
hacked. If I know your mail, even
Actually,
once you
it was hacked from the Delhi, sir. I'm
okay.
not having. See, actually, I don't use any much things because I use only WhatsApp, Insta,
Okay.
and I don't use much social sites. And
Hmm.
my email is there on my phone, but it was
Okay.
hacked from the Delhi side.
Then it must be brute force attack is the one where sorry, I cannot ask for your password. If password is 4, then it can be hacked. Does the target know your name or does he know your personal identity?
No, sir, he don't know anything.
He don't know. Then it may be by like trial and error basis. That's it.
He don't know anything, but
You can use a brute force attack for this, where he'll have a set of passwords pre-developed. Then one after the one, it goes on checking.
okay. So there is some app must be there for hacking it.
Yeah, there is.
Without okay, without know if without knowing any password, he can just recollect the password again and again, and he can
Yeah,
just hack it off.
yeah, same. And I forgot to give you that password tricks, right?
Okay,
Currently using same passwords for everything. That can be not that good. We must use the passwords with cap, and we must not use even the names, right? Like what are names? Like if I am a Narendra, I cannot use password as Narendra, or I cannot
okay,
use my date of birth. Even does anybody have account? They will not allow your date of birth as your UPI number.
okay. So for example, if
Everyone
you
are
want to
setting
keep the
that.
password, so what should we keep it? Like
You can use more special characters like
okay, by
I
our
will say
name.
small case. If you keep 30 letters password as alphabets, only alphabets are there in password.
Okay,
You are having 10 special character password. Only special
okay,
character 10 are there. Those both are equal in strength.
okay. After hacking it, can he remove our IMEI number from the phone?
How that's not possible, bro. How that can be do? Because
No,
we'll
I
have
no, I
IP
just
or
I got
IMEI.
IMEI number, IMEI number.
It cannot be possible, bro. IMEI number is fixed per device.
Okay, no, because I guess I just I got this news and I'm telling about my phone itself only, sir. I'm not telling about others' phone.
Okay, okay,
I'm just
okay,
telling about my phone itself only. It has
okay,
happened, so I just today the session is going on, and everything is coming out. So I just want to clear it, and I just want to ask a few things so that
okay.
I can get to know what's happening with my phone and what probably I can do. I can
One
save
thing,
my
bro,
phone.
I want to say two things.
Okay,
Mainly, IMEI number is fixed. It cannot be
okay,
changed. It comes with the hardware part, not the
okay,
software one.
okay,
Just as for system, we are having Mac. Even we are having IMEI number, which is fixed per device. Even
okay.
this, some will be doing like this. They'll stay in US and they'll say their phone being lost and they'll send that to India and here their kids will be using without connecting it to Wi-Fi and IP because a number can be tracked wherever it is.
Okay. No, actually,
Yes.
the scenarios happened with me, so I'm just asking you, so
Okay.
okay, because I don't know any of the persons. So right now the session
And
is
one
going
more
on
thing, how did you come to a conclusion that your phone is being hacked?
because one of my friend is an hacker, so he just
Okay.
took my IMEI number and he just took my
Okay.
phone number. He just
Okay.
used some websites and he just did something and he just told me that your phone isn't hacked
It, okay.
and the person who has hacked my phone from other state, he in the few days or few minutes or few days is going to
Okay.
erase your my number from your phone.
It is not possible at all because even you can verify that what is the IMEI number. IMEI number comes with the hardware component. Like as we
Okay,
have a small chip in our phone, which
yeah.
consists of IMEI number and which is fixed. It cannot be changed and it is not even possible. Right? Cannot.
So right
Only
now I want
API.
right now I want to do security for my phone that
Okay.
no person can hack my phone because there are some few
That's not
personal
what,
things.
bro. No one can hack your phone. Is like imaginary thing. It is not. It cannot be possible at all.
Okay,
Because even website like Yahoo got hacked in 2016. Up to 6 billion contacts has been lost. You can get secured by not opening like you'll get WhatsApp forwards like PMOD is sending 250 recharge and like this
no,
message.
actually I don't send. I don't send till I get confirmed. If few messages comes that if you forwarded this, you'll get a reward. If you send this, you'll get some send.
Same.
Yeah,
Adidas is giving
yeah,
away
yeah.
their 100 pairs of shoes and
Till I
those are
don't get confirmation, yeah, it's a perfect news and it's a genuine news. I don't forward it.
okay.
Yeah, but I was just worried about this, and thanks for the information, sir.
Okay. Okay.
It helped me a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi, sir. So this guy was speaking about his phone being hacked. So I saw that you asked him the question that was his phone an Android version or an iOS version?
Yeah.
So is iOS actually more secure compared to Android in terms of personal information leak? And if yes, why?
Okay. Generally, we'll call that as kernel. Kernel, you know the term kernel.
No, no, sir, I'm not familiar with it.
Kernel is nothing but the super user. Where in Android we can get easy access of kernel, but it is difficult to get in iOS and BlackBerry. So kernel deals with the OS, that which is operating system of our Android or iOS. So there will be little difference of using kernel. Here Linux will be little secure than OS because kernel will be logged to only certain resources. You got my point?
Yes, sir, I'm getting it.
Even
So you're
iOS
talking about
is
the kernel
having
version
another approach.
in the phone.
I didn't get you.
You're talking about the kernel version that's updated on the phone, right?
Yeah, right. We
Yeah.
are having the kernel plays. You can check for more kernel updates, and even uh, a process of Android are commonly written. Like it only one resource will be sharing every time the resources. But in iOS, we are having multiple resource points. Like a camera will be used by some process, and like that it will be divided. And one more thing, that's why we are moving slowly into the decentralized system. Everyone heard a term called blockchain, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
From centralized, we are moving to decentralized. Generally, for centralized, suppose I'm having 100 users in my database, I can hack one user account, but this will not affect the other one. If I try to implement the same hacking procedure in the blockchain, 51 users need to get compromised, or I should hack 51 users to get access of one user. You got my point?
Yeah, right, sir. Yeah, sir.
That's why you're moving into the decentralized.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then thank you.
Hello, sir. Am I audible to you? Hello.
Sayed, you can
Yeah.
ask it.
So I wanna ask you is what are payloads?
You're not audible, Sayed.
I'm not audible. Okay. Let me check.
Hello.
Hello, anybody have any questions? Please ask.
Sayed is trying to ask, but his voice is not audible. Sayed, you can ask. Your voice is not clear at all.
Hello, sir. Am I
Hello.
audible to you?
I can.
Yeah. I wanna ask you if what are
You're
payloads?
not. Can you ping it in the chat?
Once.
Can I answer you?
Yeah. Am I audible to you right now?
You're audible.
Yeah. I wanna ask you if what are payloads and how can we detect in our devices? Like, is it detectable or not? How can we can say?
Partially, it can be detected. Or if a expertized hacker hacks our device, we cannot know that because he will close all the routes where he entered. Generally, what happens means if I try to enter a device, there will be many levels of passing where I need to enter and close them properly to hide. Like the entire process will run as usual, but some miscellaneous like script kiddies will hack, but they will not close the entire ports which they are entered by them. So then there is a chance of identifying them. That
And how can we detect in our like devices like cell phones?
generally we'll have abnormal downloads like your one of your friends said, and your camera got open and closed like this, and sometimes your Android says some process is running in the background, please stop that. You'll get some hints.
So
If you
it is
do something
possible through
abnormally, there is no way like only this will happen. There may be any chance of happening. So you cannot only think like only these will be the predictions of getting hacked. It can
Okay.
be
Is it possible through installing an app or rather be any other options?
whether installing a app, clicking any link, or forwarding any message, like anything it can be
Okay. Thank you so much.
done.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I wanted to ask regarding my laptop. I actually use it a lot, and I have to visit a lot of websites for my graphic designing work.
Okay,
So
fine.
there's an inbuilt antivirus production, that is Windows Defender. Is it worth it, or do I have to buy any other antivirus?
Generally, do one thing. Which browser do you use?
Google, Lord.
Google, right?
Yeah,
Browser. Chrome. You just install KBSSL Enforcer.
KBSSL.
SSL
Okay, okay.
secure. You can use that as Enforcer. That will be pretty good. And one more thing, internet security itself makes the process slow.
Okay, okay, okay. So it's not worth having the Windows Defender only.
Windows Defender can be on, but it will not be a complete block storage for getting hacked. It cannot block.
Okay, thank you so much.
Suppose you download any pirated copies, then you will open a link and it will close automatically.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for
Like
letting me know.
okay, okay. Thank
Sir, there are some few questions I have sent you.
Okay, okay. Just 1 minute. Good afternoon, sir. There are few malwares like what we say that X helper and some malwares are there, which will be like the Android function, but they will not be erased even after the format or reset of the system. There are only few, but better hope will not get like that with malware. They are mostly sent to like higher officials who are having more business deals and all. And even those malwares are little costlier to develop and maintain. Okay, that one doubt, right?
Yes, sir. Anybody having any questions, please raise your hand.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I want to know about social engineering and reverse social engineering.
Yeah. Uh, Simple terms. Social engineering is nothing but protecting our data.
Means, what is it? What is the process?
Like viewing only that approved websites. Like suppose you are having SSL for every website, right? Only accepting the payments from them and identifying the phishing activities, like checking domain 2 to 3 times before passing any request. Suppose if you open any domain with which is having familiar name, it is having many pirated copies which will look similar. So just checking the domains more than 2 times, so you can go into social engineering is nothing but tips to search. I can simply say.
And what is reverse social engineering? Hello?
Reverse. Okay, got it. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Reverse social engineering is not actually done by us, but it is done by attackers. where attackers find out the target and he will probe us to do some anti-social engineering concepts like phishing and all. Quite opposite. Social engineering, where we learn to protect our devices, and reverse social engineering is nothing but where attackers find the target and you will try to attack the target. These two are
Okay.
the
And all right, all right. Okay, I got it, sir. And another thing, I have heard a lot about this backdooring any files and images. So what is this
yeah.
backdooring concept?
Backdooring is nothing but if I'm a hacker, I'm going to hack your system. I will create a backdoor which will grant an easy access to your system.
And how those backdoors are created?
Uh, uh, Wait, I'll say. Suppose I'm in your network. I will check all the IPs like 192.168, like many IPs will be there. I'll check one by one and I'll find out which is my target. Then I will search for the vulnerabilities in your systems, like whether the HTTP port is open or SMTP port is open or viability port is open, and I will check the port which is easily vulnerable and I'll enter it through that. Then I will set up a program like that which will gain an easy access to it.
Okay.
That
All
is
right,
back.
sir. I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have messaged you one more question, sir. Please check.
Okay. I said you X helper is one of the malware which stays back even after formatting.
Sir, do you think rooting an Android and device is operating system is worth it, or it will increase the functionality, but also vulnerabilities can be give some more
Vulnerability
tips on
will
it?
be
Based
increased
on it?
once we root our phone. We what actually routing means we can get access out to many of them. Why they root our phones to limit the access so we can be secured. But once we try to root our phone, then we are prone to vulnerabilities. So better to use root phones. Even that's why many companies follow the insurance policies. If you're unrooting your phone, then you'll not get any insurance policies to your phone.
Yes, sir. So, anybody have any more questions? Sir, what are your views on HTTP 80 port?
Yeah, actually, less hackers will get into that HTTP 80 port because maximum it can be closed by the browser itself. And again, it's a default open port. So mostly it will be secured. It will be protected by Windows Defender itself, by whether it may be used by firewall or anything. And
Okay,
even you
sir.
can use that for 443 for this. Generally, I prefer to use 443 rather than using 80 because 80 is commonly known port for all, and 443 uses HTTPS. So better to go to HTTPS protocol.
Okay. Sir, how can we access dark web?
You can use the browser commonly known Tor browser, but for educational purpose you can, but even with limitations because once you start using Tor browser, you're given complete access to the dark world itself to access your system. Better to stay away from that topic. I prefer. Even I tried accessing that in 2017, I think so. Mostly around that time where this dark web is gaining much attention of people. Uh, I formatted my phone entirely for using the Tor browser and all. So better stay safe. Don't surf in the dark web. Or do one thing: use some VPN and search.
Okay, sir. Is there anybody wants to specifically add any question? Got one. What is the difference between dark web and deep web?
Okay. This is most common doubt I was waiting for. Uh, we'll call that illegal. Illegal part will be happening in the dark web, and deep web is nothing but where the hackers meet together, where the transactions occur and all. And we don't have any access to the deep web. We only have access to the dark web. To gain access to deep web, we have little tools like UMI tool and all, and we can find many what we call that anti-terrorist videos and some human recipes and all you can find there. And even you can chat with hackers and all.
Okay, sir. There is the next question. What is the difference between threat and risk?
Okay. Vulnerability made access is known as threat. When you find an vulnerability and you convert that into a problem, then it becomes a threat. Risk is nothing but the chance of being hacked. These two are the main difference.
Sir, how can we look into others' phone?
I didn't get you. How can we?
How can we look into others' phone?
There are two processes generally. One, you can unroot the first process. This will be a little complex. First one, you can unroot others' phone, so you can get the complete access over their phone. And second one, you'll have third-party apps like get my messages, and you're having something called forgot that name, where you can send just one link. If he press that, you can get his access completely. Wait, I do remember, but I don't exactly remember that name. There are 2-3 apps like Text Messenger and all, where you can get.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
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 So actually, I just wanted to know this. Nowadays, everyone is everyone is in the field of hacking itself because
Wait, wait,
small
hello.
because small
Your
people are
voice.
hacking itself.
Can you repeat the question?
Sir, actually, the hacking persons nowadays in India are many. So, do everyone is getting means everybody is getting the card for accessing the phones, or the means nowadays the security is very tough. So every people is hacking the phone. So do they have a chance to hack or not? My question is this.
Yeah. Generally, most of the hackers do it automatically. You will have many tools in Kali Linux. You can install that. You have to just run some 20 to 30 commands, same like what we run in the command prompt. Then there is a chance of getting hacked because
Actually,
Google has
actually everyone is hacking it right now.
yeah, everyone
Everyone
is
is, yeah.
because the
Even
tools are
small people,
available to everyone.
even small peoples are also hacking it nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The
Yeah,
tools are available to everyone. When the availability increases, then everyone can access that. Same, it's becoming open source.
yeah.
And
Because I
even that,
saw,
um, you know,
because I saw many even below 18 year people also are hacking
yeah,
it.
that's what. See, I'll state one small example. Generally, we develop websites, right? There is two process of developing a website. We can use some WordPress like thing where you'll just drag and drop the things. And second one, like they are developing it from the scratch. Both works fine, but coming to the knowledge, they will only have the tools knowledge. But coming to the full stack development, they'll have complete over knowledge over the tools, over the commands and everything. So availability is being increased, and it is like you are getting even the course for 599 even. So
So
everyone,
how could we stop this, sir? Because everyone is learning the hacking, sir. So can't we stop this? Because with this, everyone is in the loss.
not everyone, but what do we say?
Few
Uh,
people are in the loss.
oh no, 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 I don't actually go for that because even I use phone and I prefer many links, but I'll check the link before proceeding to that.
No,
I only
actually,
use like
what I thought is what I feel is as asked you, sir, because everyone nowadays, everyone are learning is hacking. Even 15-year-old guy is also learning for hacking it.
same bro. And even the OS which are built are becoming stronger and they are less prone to the Linux tool.
Yeah. So
They are learning
can't we
they are
stop them,
taught
sir?
there is an act, but from our end and even from the developers end, there must be because the
Yeah,
developer has to vulnerabilities less, right?
because they are getting even license for it, sir. So it is
Yeah,
worse, sir.
but they are taking the license in form of educational purpose, right? Even that's
Yeah,
why I
but
said that
it
is only for strict
it
education.
it's very
Major,
bad for it, sir. Because
yeah, it's definitely bad, but we can't do
yeah.
anything in that case. The developers have to be strong, and even as an individual, we have responsibility to surf only which are safer.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. If any question, I'll just raise up my hand, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Sir, one question, sir. If the hacking can be done by everyone, how can the nuclear codes can be protected?
Okay.
Hello.
The the question hacking be done everyone is like they can hack few websites which are not that secured or few mobiles which are not that secured. But military is having its own network. We use some public networks or some private networks. Like suppose I use some broadband connection of Hathway, or suppose I use some transmitter which are not that secure. But coming to uh, military and all, they use the bandwidth which are not reachable by even we cannot connect the devices to them. Generally, there is a mobile phone called Pixel, right? It was banned in India. If you heard, just 1 month back, we got a news. You can verify that article even. Why Pixel phone got banned in India. So,
Hello, sir.
hello.
Okay. Okay, sir. We finish it. Allah.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay. You can ask.
How can we save ourselves from ARP poisoning?
You can save.
Means, how
Generally,
can we avoid ARP poisoning attacks?
it is a process by which the attacker sends some address to access that, right?
Yes, sir. They can
Or
access.
DDoS attack or a man in the middle attack, right? You're asking about that address resolution protocol, right? That's your question. Hello?
Sir, your voice is not audible.
You're asking about address resolution protocol, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine.
Means, how can we save ourselves from ARP poisoning? Basically, it is done over the LAN through the MAC address, and that's how the hacker gets the access. And you won't know even like what has happened. But is there any way to protect yourself?
We're having some prevention software for that, like what is it? Some KVL virtual tools and all. We can install that and we can avoid that. That's it. We have to install some software. Other than there is no chance of getting protected. like anti-ARP spoofing is there.
Okay.
Generally, we use for ARPANET and all are there. So their protocols will be much useful once we install. So it will not allow any attack.
Hmm. All right, sir.
Even the routers which we are using are not that safe. Like the D-Link.
Yeah, yes, sir. VPA and VPA
Yeah,
too, it can be cracked easily nowadays.
that's even they are not
Those
safe.
securities can be cracked.
So it is not on the individual side. Even the softwares need to be developed to make it hack proof. Like, but there will be chance, but we will not get that affected by that because I mainly see that generally we are students. Right? Students are, they don't have much info about anything. So like script kiddies or blue hat hackers, they will help us. The professionals will not disturb us like that. So we won't get that affected by them.
Hmm. All right, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, then can we wind up the meeting?
Sir, one more question, sir. Can we hack a server if the server is hacked and we can write and rewrite the data on it?
We can. Generally, we're having three types of servers. One is standalone server, which will not connect through the network, and mainly the server protection will be based on the firewall which we build. Some servers will have the high-end firewall, which even unknown access will not be allowed inside that. The mainly the server will be protected by the firewall. Firewall is nothing but the program or the software which continuously check for the vulnerabilities. If they find any vulnerability, they'll fix then and then itself. So there will be less chance of getting hacked. And even it will isolate from the outside world. Hello.
Sir, what is Bootstrap, sir?
Bootstrap is a process where the hacker will have set of passwords, predefined passwords like love, or some will set lovely doctor, and some will set their phone number, some will which will be in what will say probability more order. So they will be continuously sending them. That's why we had a concept of catch to avoid that DDoS attack, like denial of service attack and brute force attack. They are setting up catch so that it will not affect. And the catch cannot be read by hackers. Even the machine learning is developing to read the catch images because we'll have some striking or we'll have irregular arrangement. So this can protect us in a little from attack of brute force attack. Any more
Okay, sir.
doubts?
Anybody have any doubts? Please raise your hands. I don't think, sir, anybody have any doubts, sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you for your precious time, sir. Here.
Okay, okay, glad, I'm glad. Okay then. Okay then, can I leave?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your
Okay,
time.
okay.